Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Now I know this isn't the newest game, it came out back in 2016, but after playing through it recently, I felt the need to make this video. This isn't going to be a review of the game so much as it's just going to be a dive into the city of Mirror and why I believe it is so well designed, why it makes me feel the way it does, and ultimately why I believe Mirror's Edge Catalyst is a great game. Something about this game just grabbed me. It happens every so often in gaming where one in particular just hits me in the gut with a feeling that I can't quite explain. I then have to sit and ponder how this virtual world has such a powerful impact upon me. Mirror's Edge Catalyst is one of those games. After only a brief time running around its city's rooftops, I find myself with that wonderful feeling in my chest. A sort of joy at the design, the mystery, and the overall atmosphere of the game's open world. I feel immersed in Mirror as I run around the city finding all of its nooks and crannies. The thing that I think a lot of open world games don't nail is the feeling of secluded locations. Most open world games want to shock with sprawling vistas and distant mountains that the traveler longs to explore. And don't get me wrong, I love that as well, but what really makes me feel lost in an open world game is being able to see those vistas, walk there, and then get lost in the small details which made the walk worth it. An open world could be huge, but if there's nothing there to find, then there isn't much reason to explore it. Take No Man's Sky for example, a huge open world game with almost endless amounts of planets to explore, yet there isn't much to find. No reason to adventure and explore the landscapes which all seem far too similar. Mirror's Edge isn't the biggest open world game or even the most populated game in terms of things to do, but I still feel compelled to explore. I believe the reason for this is the feeling that the world creates. It feels alive. It feels real enough to create a connection between the player and the real world while also being fantastical enough to instill a feeling of wonderment and amazement. Part of the joy of Mirror for me is the somewhat dreamlike feel of the city. It's futuristic but not too crazy. The city still feels very much rooted in reality and depicts a future that seems plausible. I remember walking around in my own city one night not too long ago. I looked up at the skyscrapers climbing into the air and I thought, what a time to be alive. I was stuck with this awe-inspiring feeling of being here right now. I felt a connection with the generations which came before me and who marveled at the technological advancements of their own time. As I stood there looking at those buildings shining in the warm summer night, I thought about what a bizarrely wonderful dream to be here at this time and place in the cosmos. This city exists, and even if I don't understand everything that's going on here in life, at least I'm here to experience this little bit of the strange. Mirror captures a bit of that for me as I discover the city in first person. I think how strange a world this is. As I jump over walls and slide under air ducts, I feel as though, through the main character Faith, I am living in a specific time and place in the cosmos. The city feels as though it exists and is living and breathing. The thing that really makes me enjoy an open world is the ability to get lost in it. I truly feel like a lone explorer, discovering that which others are unwilling to search for as I venture deep into the buildings or sewers, and the bustling city above me continues on unaware of my adventures. Finding a little place to call my own for that brief moment. A place where you can't see the rest of the game world, but it still feels like it's out there continuing on, unaware or unconcerned with my actions. In Mirror's Edge Catalyst, I can quickly find a new place I've never seen before, even though I've run through this general area many times. I can find small nooks where the surrounding buildings block my view of the city at large. This gives me the feeling that I'm in a small section of Mirror, experiencing its own special flair. Like walking in a real city, different sections of any given city have their own unique vibe. Each neighborhood is a little different, and the surrounding buildings towering above give the feeling that the neighborhood is in its own little world. The different sections of Mirror share this feeling, but the city at large, the bustle of the masses, still feel as though they are out there. Like something is always going on at every section of the city, regardless of where you are. Yes, a lot of the buildings have a similar design, and this door is all over the city, but this all makes sense in this Orwellian world. The powers that be in Mirror's Edge created a future where the entire city shares a common aesthetic and a unified design. That being said, the locations still feel different enough to not seem repetitive. Apart from the design of the feeling of the world is the design of what I believe is the ultimate jungle gym. Just like going to a large playground as a kid, you want to climb high, crawl through all the tunnels, then slide to the bottom to do it all again. Mirror is essentially my dream jungle gym in a virtual world. I want to get lost, find all of its hidden spots, crawl through its air ducts, slide down its zip lines, then do it all again in a different part of the city with new places to find. Overall, the city of Mirror is one giant playground, one giant jungle gym, which offers great scope without compromising the unique feeling of seclusion. This creates a level of immersion, which fills me with a sense of joy and mystery which a lot of games fail to achieve. This feeling makes me want to keep exploring the city long after the story is over. Well, let me fix that. This feeling makes me want to keep exploring the city regardless of the story. In my mind, the city is the story of Mirror's Edge Catalyst, and exploring it is what makes the game so enjoyable. The feeling that this game gives me while running through its city fulfills the feeling of adventure I look for in gaming and keeps me wanting more. It keeps me wanting to explore. It is for these reasons that I believe the city of Mirror is so well designed, and why ultimately I believe that Mirror's Edge Catalyst is a wonderful game.